Morning students. As you know, when our class started, at that time we started social science chapter advent of the European into India. In that chapter, more than half chapter we finished, and after that due to lockdown we could not finish the chapters. And today a bit recapitulation I want to give you. After some recapitulation, I'll go ahead and try to finish our lesson today. As we saw, since ancient time, India had great relation with European countries. Vasco da Gama discovered a new route to India, and in 1498 he came in India. After that, English also wanted to do trade with India, and Johann Milton Hall, he reached India in 1599. They came as a trader in India, but actually their aim was to establish the English kingdom in India. Finally, the Lord Clive, he played an important role, we can say vital role, to establish colonial empire in India. When they established their empire here, after the Battle of Plassey, they totally established their empire, and most of Indians, they were dissatisfied with them, and after 100 years, 1857, the Sepoy Mutiny became actually the revolt of the Sepoy. Then there are so many reasons were there. The political reasons was there, economical reasons was there, mostly the religious reason was there. Religious reason was there, mostly the Hindu and Muslims both were in the army of the British, and the carriage was greased with the fats of cow and pig, so that the sepoys did against the British, and the sepoy mutiny became. Then after the sepoy mutiny, the result was there. In the result of sepoy mutiny, they changed their constitution, and after the sepoy mutiny, responsibilities of the Indian administration transferred to the British government directly, and which were linked with India during the company rules last year authority. Now we discuss about the divide and rule policy. The British, they have the divide and rule policy to administrate in India. Next, Lord Canning, he came in India as a viceroy 1858 to 1862. He was viceroy of India. He brought so many changes he brought in India. Just these changes such he started as Woods Dispatch, improving income taxes, import duties, income tax on import duties, income tax on tobacco, etc. Like that changes he did. And after Sepoy Mutiny, the ruling power of the company shifted to the British government. All powers were in the hands of the British. So, in Indian, most educated Indians, they appealed for a part of civil services. The Cornwallis, he denied, and according to Act of 1853, the competitive exams will held only in British or in England. But the Indian National Congress, he put the demand the exams should be held in both places, India and England. But their government policy, they did not change, and like that continuous they we are doing according to their policy. And next time further in 1935, British Parliament passed Government of India Act, the formation federal state to India. They want to federal state. Federal state means two kinds of government. There is central government and the state government. These are called the federal government. Then after independence, India had abolished the Union Public Service Commission according to law of British, and they started civil services according to their own basis, and UPSC on the whole country basis, and the State Public Service Commission as the basis of state. So up to this much is the discussion of our first chapter, and wait for the next chapter. Stay at home, study time to time, and be safe, and wait for the next class. Thank you.